Virgo, hi, how are you guys doing? It's Lisa, and I'm here to do October 2022 general reading. It's going to be general, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but take what does, leave what doesn't. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you enjoy it, and you'll come back to see me again. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, write me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Let's see what we got going on here for Virgo for October 2022. Virgo, October 2022. Oops. All right, we got the Ace of Wands, Justice, the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Lovers, Strength, the Nine of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Oops. All right, guys, we'll look through this, see what we can find out, and then I'm going to clarify with another deck, all right? All right, let's see what we got. Now, the first thing is the Ace of Wands. This is your current self, or how you're feeling right now in whatever situation you're in. And I feel like you are, you must be having some new ideas flowing. Like maybe you actually, there's things that are like you're inspired, or you feel like you want to grow with something. Now, it could be, business or a job. It could be hobbies, something that you want to actually put effort into. And I feel like right now it's like brewing in your head a lot. But now, let's see, the theme of the month is justice. And this is about, you want to make sure things are fair. You want to make sure things are even. And the thing is with justice, I don't know if you're expecting justice from something. I don't know if you want to make sure somebody else is being fair. But for whatever reason, that's the theme that you're feeling like this month. Maybe as we clarify, we'll be able to narrow it down a little bit more. But in all sense, justice is basically for good or for bad. So whatever way it's going to go, if somebody did something, they will have justice served to them eventually. And if they did it to somebody else, that person's going to get justice for the situation, or the company, or whatever. I'm not even sure. But it might just be that you want to be very fair with whatever it is that you're thinking about so much. Now, it's Queen of Pentacles. This is kind of like a key goal. Now, this could already be your energy. You're already very practical and stable. You're grounded. And like finances, you're probably very good with finances. You might be able to, to just take care of things, money matters, or just even material, life matters. So you're pretty much set. If this isn't you yet, I think that maybe you're reaching for that goal. Maybe you're still trying to get to where you need to be. And, just still working on it. Trying to get to be that, grounded and completely confident and secure person, in your life, or whatever situation in your life that you want to be able to come off like that. Like, hey, I got it all. I got this shit. You know what I mean? Kind of like feeling that, maybe you're just not there yet, but it is your goal to get there. Now, this Five of Swords, though, this is something you need to overcome. I'm wondering if you didn't have a situation with somebody, and again, I don't know exactly, and it's general, so you could flip-flop flip-flop it in any way if they had a situation with you, and where you felt like you needed to beat somebody at something, whereas, like, no matter what, almost like, whether this was at work, this is in your social life, it could be a dance contest for all I know, but it's a matter of you wanted to make sure you were going to win, no matter what. And at that point, it's almost like no matter the consequences of it. Like, it might not even be the best thing for you to do, but, maybe like cutting your nose off to spite your face situation. And I feel like you need to get past this. Now, I don't know if it was done to you or if you were doing it, but you need to get past that. So whether somebody did it to you and you felt like you were kind of like screwed a little bit, or if you were actually the one doing it. And I'm just looking at it's like this like this is where the justice is. So I'm wondering if justice isn't what you're feeling like you needed to get because of this. Because like right next to it, and right next to that we have the Five of Cups, where you feel like you've lost something. You know, things are, life keeps going on. People are there one minute, then they're gone the next minute. And whatever it is that you're feeling like this at this point in time, I feel like you have made great strides to be able to say, you know what, even though I lost things, all's not lost. And I feel like maybe at this point in life right now, you actually were able to turn around and see those two cups. So I feel like you're not thinking, oh, okay, everything's lost. So I think you actually made that in your life, where you're like, okay, I don't have to be sad because I don't have this, or I don't have to be sad because I don't have them. Something that you've been able to move past. Now, here are the Lovers. I feel like this is something, you have a choice to make, and this is a choice based on consequences. So whatever it is that you're going to be, whatever you're thinking about, maybe you needed to make this choice or you needed to make this decision based on something. Because, the Lovers can signal like, okay, you found the soulmate, and, this is like somebody that you can't imagine not having in your life. But right here, it feels like this is something that you are trying to avoid doing. And that kind of makes me feel like that it has to be a decision or a choice based on like a crossroads. Like you're coming up with something and you're like, all right, you're at a crossroads and you're like, but you're going to, when you do this, if you made this decision, you're going to have consequences because of it. So maybe at this point, you're like, I'm going to skip over that. And that's the other thing that I'm thinking. Okay, so that's right here. So we have Justice here, Five of Swords here, and I don't know if you guys can see this. It's like a line, diagonal lines going right next to each other. So I'm feeling like, okay, you felt like you needed justice. You maybe chose to overcome that. You didn't want to be, that finicky about something. And the choice that you did that consequence, it's because you chose to avoid it. And maybe the consequence is going to actually be in good because, maybe it wasn't the best thing for you to do anyway, and you figured that out because you got over something over here. Okay. Now, here we have the Strength. And with Strength, it's like you are going to go within and you're going to get your strength of character, your strength of will. Everything that I kind of think of Virgos when I think about this. My mom was a Virgo, and she was very subtle in her strength, but she had strength, and it was never like a harsh. It was never like, like she would never come off as angry or anything like that. It was just, but she has such a calm demeanor, and just her strength was just there, and I've just always associate that with Virgos. And like actually, if you're looking at this, it's like she's taming that lion. I mean, there's no reason. She has no fear. There's no reason why. So I'm thinking, I can guarantee you're probably not going to be taming a lion, but maybe in whatever situation that was going on, you needed to take a more subtle approach to it. When you're going to show your inner strength out without having to, be overbearing or, kind of like make people... You not have to like go like anything, like nothing angry, nothing, just kind of like your inner strength showing out to the world. And then we have this Nine of Wands. And this is, you have so much determination and resilience, I feel, for whatever situations that are coming your way. And I think you actually know that about yourself. You know that you've had the experience, whatever it is that was challenging you at any point in time, you know that you're going to be able to handle it because maybe it's happened before, maybe it's something that you've learned to deal with, and so you got to the point where even if whatever it is, again, could be at work, could be a social group, wherever, that you're going to be able to, like, yeah, I got this because I've done it and I'm pretty sure I can handle it. So I feel like you're very confident in that. Now this King of Pentacles, this could be like an outcome, or if it's another person, this is somebody for advice and encouragement that you might go to and say, and you'd be able to talk things with them, male or female, that doesn't matter. Or this could actually be if this is what you were able to strive for. Because remember here, you were like, your goal was to be the Queen of Pentacles. And again, I don't put gender to my cards, but male or female, that would be your goal achieved. If you were able to do that, if it's not another person that you would actually go looking to, to bounce ideas off of, give you some kind of advice or encouragement to do whatever it is that you were thinking about doing over here with this Ace of Wands. All right, let's get some cards and see what we got going on. What we got for the Ace of Wands for Virgo, October 2022. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Oh. All right, we got the Death card and the Seven of Pentacles. And I feel like whatever it is that you were striving for, you're going to work hard at it, and you've been working hard at it probably. And you're just looking at it going, okay, well, whatever I'm thinking about doing, whatever I'm inspiring towards, it's going to keep growing, and I know that. But now with Death, it's coming up like, this is a change. So I don't know if you decided to change something in the path of this, because the thing is, nothing can grow and build if something else doesn't die off. And I'm wondering, if I see these two cards together, if you see this little dude, if you see this little pentacle over here, and it's almost like he's looking at it and he's like, okay, well, I could keep doing this and I could keep making this grow, and I know it will. Or I could take this little pentacle and bring it somewhere else and build something else. So I'm wondering if you didn't have a change of heart, whereas, where you're deciding, instead of just growing this, maybe I'm going to try to put some of it somewhere else, or just take my idea and put it somewhere else, and see if you could build something else there. That's very interesting. So what about this Justice? What can you tell me about this Justice? Got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. So whatever it is that you were thinking about, that you needed justice, or justice should be out for something, for somebody else, for you. With these two cards, now you have the High Priestess. Now she knows unknown things. That's the energy of knowing something in your gut, in your subconscious, like something that is there, and you're just trying to figure it out, see if you can see a little bit with your intuition, just seeing if you can see the unseen, I guess. And with the Hierophant, now this guy, he's all about everything's inside the box kind of thinking, very routine, traditional. And I feel like however this Justice is coming, I think you're looking and you're seeing something that it wasn't as obvious before, but then all of a sudden it becomes very obvious. And you decided to, you know what, I'm not going to think so far out of the box. I just want to, just keep things normal, keep things routine, and not, jump through hoops for something else to happen. And that's what I'm wondering, where this Five of Swords feeling made you say, yeah, I'm going to get over this. Whatever this was, I'm going to get over it. Because you decided, instead of going, totally to the left of something, let's just stay right in the middle, because it just made more sense at the time. So what about this Queen of Pentacles? What about this Queen of Pentacles? Oh, got the Strength again, and the Two of Cups. All right. So again, using all that strength of will and, courage and like very, very soft strength reflections of things. And this Two of Cups, maybe this is somebody, maybe it's a good friend, it could be a possible romance, it could be somebody you're very tight with, one way or the other, platonic or romantic, and just somebody you enjoy spending time with. And almost like they got your back, whoever that person might be to you. So what about this Five of Swords? Got the Page of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. With the Page of Swords, now you got like maybe new ideas, new ways to communicate to people, thinking things, how they handle it in a different way. Maybe using the strength that you have, instead of showing anger, being able to like diplomatically work the situation out. Because with the Wheel of Fortune coming up, it just makes me feel like, all right, you decided not to go with this whole, I gotta win, it's gotta be me kind of feeling, because it's not like good energy, maybe, because it wasn't something that was that incredibly important that you needed to, I don't know, like put your karma at risk for whatever that means to you. But almost like, nothing is permanent in life. Like, we're not always on the top of the wheel, not on the bottom wheel. Things are always changing. We're always on this cycle. And I feel like you feel like at this point it was not worth, I don't know, just giving yourself bad energy. Just kind of like making a choice that was not you in anyway. It didn't feel like it was you anyway, and you chose not to because it wasn't worth it. And actually, I think about it, maybe this person, like I said, got your back. He might have been the person who made you say, talked you off the ledge, kind of. Why? Why are you going to even bother doing that? So what about this Five of Cups? Got the Knight of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles. Well, here you go with that Five of Cups feeling, like you missed something, you lost something, kind of sorrowful. But I feel like you're kind of like, you know what? I have this. I have the confidence. I can handle things. I can take care of myself. I can take care of other people if I need to. And I feel like you're almost walking this cup to yourself and, accepting that it's okay. Whatever was lost here, whatever, you might have been sad about for whatever reason, and because you decided not to, go all, I gotta win attitude. And I feel like you're almost walking this cup to yourself, saying, you know what, this is good. This is actually really good. On the other side of it, it could possibly be that you might be having the idea of a relationship, and so that might be coming out to you, or that might be you bringing it out to somebody else. But it actually feels like the first thing. Okay. All right, let me see what else we got. We got for lovers. We got Ace of Wands. And the Seven of Swords. With the Ace of Wands, all right, you have this opportunity. You got some ideas to do. Things are brewing up again in your head. You had that before, right? Yes. So the things are brewing, and you were making choices that might have a consequence to it. And I feel like with this Ace of Wands, this is actually a win in a sense where I think you chose not to, I didn't think you were going to steal anything, but you decided not to mess yourself up, your own energy, your own vibrations, your karma, basically. So that choice that was going to be a consequence, it turned out to be a very good consequence. You didn't take that road. So what about this Strength? Ew. Got the Tower and the Ten of Wands. All right, well, it looks like something may be causing you extra responsibilities, may be causing you some burdens. And it could be the thought process of how this all went down. But this this tower is not, to me, is not like something falling apart. It's a mindset. Like, you ever go through and you're like remembering something, or you're thinking about something that you thought you knew. You thought you knew it. There was just no other way. That was it. You knew it. And I feel like something comes in, maybe it was with this high priestess energy, and you realize something. And this is after all this goes down, and you decided that you weren't going to go battling something that wasn't worth battling, and you made a good choice, but something comes down. It's an insight in your mind that's actually changing so much. So it either could have put more responsibility on you, maybe gave you a little bit of burdens, or it just took the burdens off of you, depending on how it affected you. So I feel like you just were able to let go and be like, I'm good. You know what I mean? So I think it might have been that. You took the burdens away. The responsibilities weren't there anymore. That's why we got this Nine of Wands afterwards, where you're like, okay, I'm good. I handled it. There's, less things for me to worry about. And I know I'm going to be able to do it again. Or if I had to. Because now you have the Six of Coins, and you have this balance now. Now you have balance. You can figure out, okay, this is all right. I can handle things. And you have the Six of Swords, and that's you walking away from whatever this whole situation was. I feel like you're mentally walking away from it. It's like, all right, I don't have to worry about this. I'm not going to be in those choppy waters again because I have the resilience, and I'm not going to have to worry about it because I've already, whatever it was, it's gone. You let it go. So what about this King of Pentacles? You got Temperance. And you got the Fool. Wow. All right. That's cool. The way I think about this is because all right, I feel like you did. You reached the goal of what you wanted to do, to be the kind of person that you chose to be. And you did it with temperance. There's moderation, like the way you handled your strength. You didn't like go all crazy. It's with moderation and patience and balance. And you were able to start something new with whatever situation it was. I feel like you actually met your goals, avoided any issue that didn't have to be. And I think this sounds like a really awesome month for you guys. All right, pull an oracle card and we'll close up. Work through your fears. Wow, okay. We got the new moon in Scorpio. And maybe there were some situations that you did have to work through it. And I feel like you did. You got strength up twice. Now, I am pretty impressed, I have to tell you. Oh. And trust. All right, I think trust is about trusting in yourself, but I'm going to read it just because. And if you guys want to hang out with me, that's cool. If I could find it. Now, that's purple, but I bet you it comes up under blue. Guaranteed. I don't know, maybe I'm colorblind, who knows. All right. When the card comes up in a reading, it's a sign to start trusting yourself. We often seek advice from outside sources and people we trust. The reality, though, is that the most of the time, deep down inside, you know what you need to do. The confidence to trust in yourself and your own sense of self-governance. Okay. Ultimately, you can make your own decisions. Well, that's always good, and I think you guys always knew that, and maybe you just finally realized it. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I would like that, thank you. And I will see you in a couple weeks. Take care.